Mustang fans, we are back with another episode of Pony Hoops Insight. I'm here, Jarrey Foster, with Nick Moore, Shawn Williams. Fellas, how we doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
Well, brothers.
Good. All good. No, that's great. That's great. Before we get started, we're excited, man, just with what the podcast is doing and how we're growing. We're appreciative to our fans, our supporters, and the whole community of SMU and Dallas. But man, I'm so excited. And if you know, you know, Rusty Taco has been an SMU favorite for years. Late night runs, post game stops,
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
You've been there. And now Rusty's just got an upgrade. Their menu just dropped at the Greenville Avenue location. Same classics, even better flavor. Through the month of March, mention Pony Express at the Greenville Avenue store or enter it online at the Greenville Avenue store for free corn fritters with any purchase. Available for delivery, pickup, takeout, or dine-in. So tap in at the Greenville location with Rusty Taco. We're appreciative of everything that they've done throughout our career and post-career. We love you, Rusty.
Thank you, Rusty. Thank you, Rusty.
Rusty. Yes, indeed.
Go get your tacos.
Yeah. Gotta have them. I got one on deck right now. Do it. Yes, sir.
Egg and cheese.
No, man, that's great. Man, I'm loving the podcast. I'm loving what we're doing. I'm loving what we're creating. And I'm appreciative of you guys just continuing to stay present and showing up. But man, let's get right into it. We're in the back end of the season. You know what I'm saying? We're about to go into March and we're about to organize everything and get everything for the next season, if you may say. But we had two games since our last episode against Wake Forest, and then we went up to Indiana and played Notre Dame. So before we get into Notre Dame, let's break down Wake Forest. We had a loss 77 to 66 to Wake Forest. They came into Moody Coliseum, and we had an opportunity to see what they were about. Big game for us, big opportunity. But Shawn, can you tell me what you saw from the team or any major points that contributed to the loss?
Man, leading into that game, I follow Jay Hart, assistant coach, on Twitter, and he kept saying it's the biggest game of the year. And he was saying that 3 or 4 days before, and I'm kind of trying to figure out. I know the next game is always the biggest game, but what I didn't know at the time that Boopy wasn't going to be playing, so I understand why he said it was the biggest game of the year. So man, it's kind of hard to win when your lead dog is hurt, and I think we were also missing our big guy too. So with them two not being there, it was kind of tough. But I thought the guys fought hard, but I don't think it was a real depiction of the team because, like I say, man, Boopy Miller's averaging about 15 a game, probably 6 or 7 assists a game. So with him not being there, it was kind of hard.
No, just to piggyback off of that, I think it was like, you know how we always talked about the beginning of the season, how coach was trying to fill it out. I think this is another situation when you do have two dynamic portions of your team out and other guys that next man up. You know what I mean? So I think he was just trying to find his next man up and see who's going to play hard when guys are out. You know, in the last couple games, I feel like we've seen different pieces to the puzzle step up. So, man, you know, and then what is it going to be if they continue that wave and then we do get our top two dogs back, you know?
That's right. And that, like, we always talk about that next man up mentality. When we were playing, you know, obviously Nick had an opportunity my freshman year to play with you, and we only had 6 scholarship players available to play a whole season. And, you know, you can make the excuse some guys are out. And then we even played a game where Nick was out. I remember against Brown. Yep. And that was one of my first biggest games where I had to step up and kind of play a different role that season. So as we see this loss, it's not a scary loss based on the fact with Boopy out and Big Fella out, but at the same time, it does give opportunity to other players, even seeing AJ George get in there, getting some action, because those players that are at the end of the bench that are averaging 5 to 7 minutes a game, you may need them in the conference tournament. You may need them in these next games just in case there's foul trouble. So I kind of see opportunities like that, not as too bad, but a way for coaches to leverage that so that it can continue to develop the team. But it was a game that could have solidified some NCAA talk, some March Madness talk, depending on how the rest of the games go throughout the conference. But the way the standings are right now, losing that game, we were tied 4th, but now kind of in the fifth place space in the conference. Where do you see us going over these next 6 games to finish out the season? How do you see us wavering between that, you know what I'm saying, top 3rd place? What does it take to get us to 3rd place or back to 4th place? And is there any way that, you know what I'm saying, we can drop? Just to be a little devil's advocate, just is there any way we could drop just so we can give fans a perspective of what the kind of March Madness talk is looking like?
I mean, for me, I feel like we got 5 more games left, right? We got Clemson, we got Cal, Stanford, Syracuse, and Florida State. All those are great opponents. I feel like if we win out, we'll be in the talk to still be in the NCAA tournament, you know, because we got number 18 Clemson coming on Saturday. That'd be a huge win for us to put us back on the map, right? But if you notice, like the games that we win, they're like in fashion. You know what I mean? Like we're blowing out teams. We're shooting crazy percentages, paints in the points, turnovers off, you know what I mean? Points off turnovers. But the games that we lose are situationals to where we don't have our full roster or we're only losing by 5. You know what I mean? We've taken like 1 L that we kind of got blown out by, right? So it's like when you think of that and we're playing these named teams, like why can't we compete with the highest level? You know, and we're sitting 20-6 right now.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We win these 5 games out. Like who else in the country has a record of 25-6? You know what I mean? Like I don't care who you lose to, who like the record speaks for itself.
Yep.
All right.
You know?
Man, I think for tournament hopes, man, Saturday is going to be really important because will be our first chance to get a chance so we get a win against the top 50 team, you know, in the quad 1 or quad 2, whatever the tournament rankings are. So we need this game, man. We cannot drop this one because we won't get many more opportunities to play a ranked team. I think the rest of the schedule are games that we're probably going to be favored in. So this will be a big one tomorrow at home on a Saturday. Be a sold out crowd to get a good win. Right,
man. That's huge. And none of this information that I'm about to speak about, to give a disclaimer, comes from the team. None of this information comes from any source within the organization. This is just all personal experience and insight. We're talking about Boopy being out the Wake Forest game and then being out again against Notre Dame. From my experience going through injuries, an athlete has to put in perspective of what is most important, health, you know what I'm saying, versus the standard of the season and where the season is right now. And there could be a lot of pressure, especially being the starting point guard and averaging what he's averaging, 15 points a game right now, being a big piece of the team. What is Boopy's perspective? In my opinion, you can have pressure, but with the stress of the fact that he didn't get to play against his old team, he's missing games, he's still fighting an injury, and you have a big game coming up. What kind of mindset would you think he's in? What kind of mindset to give the fans a perspective, because we don't want them to get too excited or be or have any underestimation about what he can do, but we also want to look out for the athlete to make sure that he's healthy to play. But at the same time, with the standard of the season and where we are, it is very important that Boopy gets back on the floor. So how do we find that balance? How does Coach Enfield play that? How does the athletic team play that? What is y'all's perspective on that?
I just think whatever. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
You got it. I think whatever. Yeah, man, we keep it. Goddamn. I mean, on three. What now? You got it. Go ahead. But no, I think, man, if he didn't play against his old team, I think that because that was probably the most pressure he probably faced all year to play against his old team. So if he didn't play in that game, I think they're actually doing a good job. Because I know he wanted to play, and so with him being able to, you know, listen to the training staff, listen to the coaches, and not play, I think that kind of speaks for itself and says it all.
No, I agree with Shawn, because like as a competitor, you want to play regardless of how you feel. So it shows a lot about Boopie's character to listen to Miles, the trainer, to listen to Coach Enfield, you know what I mean, to put his team and himself in the best position, you know. And like you said, my experience looking back is I had an ankle injury against Brown. I sat out that game, right? Then we had back-to-back game against Yale. And I wanted to play so bad, but was I 100%? No. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I kind of had that personality, that courage, like Boopie, to sit out. You know what I mean? To give your teammates another chance to play without you, to see who can produce to when he comes back. You know what I mean? In my instance too. So it's like, and I think we played that game close because it wasn't like, I'm not saying me, right?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
My
Yep.
personal experiences, I wasn't my best self to give to you guys either. So it's like almost like I let you guys down trying to compete with you rather than just like, hey, listen to yourself. You're not 100%. They're telling you, Nick, you know what I mean, chill out. But it's just one of those things that you want to be out there going to war with your brothers.
Man, and that's what it is.
Speaking on real quick, Dre. Speaking on trainers, man. This past Saturday, I took a trip down to Austin, and I watched Texas play Kentucky, and I got to see our old trainer. I kicked it with Sap, Warren Young, for a minute. Man, Sap has got a beard now. He's got a bunch of rings on his finger, but he was the best trainer.
Man, shout out to him, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Oh, Sap, man. Still trying to figure out how he got that name, but we, you know what I'm saying? I came in with, hey, y'all called him Sap. I saw Warren Young on the door.
Yeah.
That's Warren
Sap.
That's
Sap, boy.
On me. That's love. But yeah, man, to move forward to the next game against Notre Dame, a win 97-73. And what really opened that game up was the 19-2 run that we were able to go on in the first half to kind of just break apart. You can kind of see us getting what we want at will. Cario Quindo knocking down shots, getting to the rim at will. And I think that's what we just have to keep doing, no matter if it's Notre Dame, a team all the way at the bottom, or if it's Duke, Clemson, Louisville that's in front of us. And actually, I look at it, we're now ahead. We're tied again with Wake Forest with that win against Notre Dame. So tied fourth again, have an opportunity against Clemson to really push some things ahead. But 19-2 run, guys are playing at good pace, having fun on the road. And really, it's really self-explanatory. If you watch the game, you can kind of see how we were getting what we wanted and kind of just playing at the pace that we needed. Shawn, Nick, any follow-ups on what you saw against Notre Dame?
Just the like we talked about, having players out, the depth that we have is unbelievable, right? And then you start to see guys like Quindo kind of get comfortable within the game when they might be looking at him as a leader now. Hey, we need you to score. We need to do a little bit of other things. So if he just keeps that wave when Boopie comes back, like think of the dynamic of the team now. When you have him doing what he's doing, BJ, Chuck, Boopie, like you start to add all that together, you know what I mean? It's going to be huge for us. But then I just start looking at, it's not even the offensive side. Like we talked about earlier, the numbers that we're shooting, the percentage is wild. But not only that, our defense was locked in. You know what I mean? Like they were locked in. We could go through the numbers, points in the paint and all that, but it just shows you that they were trying to get that loss back. You know what I mean? Like it meant something to them, and being on the road.
Nah, man, it was cool to see, man. Anytime you can almost score 100 points, and for this team, it's not been the first time they've scored in the 90s.
Right.
Nah, man, this group's a talented group, man. Once they get going and get to making shots, and you got Matt Cross doing a little bit of everything, and once, like you said, that 19-2 run, man, when they get locked in, it's fun to see. So I'm hoping we can see that against a good team tomorrow when they play Clemson.
Mm-hmm. And that win solidified the 20th win of the season.
Yep.
You know,
big time.
Back to back.
Yeah, so man. And that's where
that momentum just, you know what I mean? Hopefully that momentum just carries over everybody, you know, these next 5 games. One thing I am going to say, that ball did not stick.
Right.
That ball did not stick. The decisions that we made were not hesitant. You know, like they were just out there playing free. And it was awesome. You even had Cement shooting threes.
Right. No.
You know what I mean? Like he was just like, man, I'm open. You're not gonna guard me, catch and shoot. But the thing is, other guys were ready to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like the next guy was ready. He had his hands up. If he would have swung it, he would have got another good shot. We had rebounders. You know what I mean? Like it was it just felt like everybody was together that game.
Man. And that's where I'm really starting to realize, as you know, even while we were playing at SMU, we used to break down scouting reports. We used to break down different things, different statistics on players, different statistics on teams. But our effective field goal percentage is at 55%. And that's number 40 in the country. And our opposing effective field goal percentage is 46.9%, which is 30 in the country. So we're shooting at a high rate, getting what we want in the paint if we can get there. So touching the paint, getting easy shots, kickouts, knockdown threes, offensive rebound, kickout threes. Those are high value shots, getting to the free throw line. But the main thing against Clemson, man, we're going to really have to lock in on our defense and making sure that they're taking tough shots. And then we're making them take quick, fast, tough shots. Because if they playing in the half court and get comfortable and then playing the clock and then playing 24 seconds off the shot clock and then finally scoring at the end with a 3 or easy bucket, you know what I'm saying? That's time off. We're losing energy on the defensive side, but then also having to go on the offensive side and execute. So we can shut them down early, make them shoot tough shots and play in transition, control the momentum of the game. I think we will. I think we can take care of Clemson and in a nice fashion if we play at that pace. But if you look at the ACC, we're topping the ACC in so many different spaces, and that's a big shout out to Coach Enfield and the coaching staff to the work that they're doing. But like we said, this is the season where we have to play our best basketball. We have the players to do it. We just have to turn on that mentality. So really excited, Mustang fans. Really, let's pack out Moody this weekend on Saturday against Clemson, and let's do it, man. I think this is a big opportunity, first year in ACC, to make some noise. So, but man, I'm excited. I'm excited for what we're doing.
Tomorrow will be a good chance to see, because I wasn't at the Duke game, but the crowd never could really get into it because it got away from us early. So tomorrow will be a good game where we can use the crowd, man. Use the crowd. There's going to be a lot of people there. Let's make it a good game, but our guys just got to come locked in and ready to go.
That's right. That's right, man.
I think it's going to be a good matchup. I think we're going to get it because, you know, that Moody magic, that's something special, right?
Sure, let's get it.
But one number that I do not like is our free throw percentage. And I think that this game is going to come down to those. I think we're going. I think we're still going to win by a good margin, right? 8 plus. That's my prediction. But I think that it's going to come down to them crunch time free throws.
Yep.
You know, I think we'll have control of the whole game, but we gotta bump up that free throw percentage.
That's right. No, that's, man. And you know how important free throws are when it comes down to the end. And I'm not sure what the spread is for the game, but you would understand that games like this, they're on the road. They already know what they're going against. And I don't believe they've ever played in Moody. So they don't even know what they're getting themselves into a Saturday game, but they have the players. They have 5 guys almost averaging 10 points a game, and they got a few guys averaging 30 plus minutes a game. And their main head hunter, pun intended, Chase Hunter, 6'4", 202, averaging 17 points a game. Dishing out 2.5 assists at a field goal percentage of 48, shooting 42 from 3. So he's looking to get him up. He's looking to score. He'll dish if he has to, but if we can cut his water off and not let him get too comfortable, we'll be in a good space.
I just think if they have that same mindset as they did against Notre Dame, Burton, because you know he lead the league in scoring like 20. I want to say like 25, maybe 25 plus a game. Around there, I mean, they held him to 2, so that means that scout report, like, they was locked in. You know what I mean? Like they have the potential to do it. So if they keep that same mindset, like you're taking their best scorer out of it. Now what?
Nick, you remember the last time SMU played Clemson?
Yeah, I do.
That was in the Garden. It was in the Garden. Yeah, it's one of my last games.
And I never seen nobody else touch the rafters other than Ryan Manuel.
Man,
that
boy turned into Michael Jordan Space Jam.
No, for real. Not. Hey, Ryan Manuel, man, can jump, and we're gonna get to talking about some.
We gotta
some
find that. We
players
gotta find that clip. I swear he jumped from the free throw line off a corner curl. I don't even like. I was mind blown.
Man.
That's why when kids be dunking nowadays, bro, I don't even get excited no more.
You done seen it. You done seen what it really like.
I don't even get excited no more. These kids be like, "Oh, coach, you see the windmill?" I'm like, "Bro, that's not no windmill."
Nah, we need full extension.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
that's a half moon.
Half moon. No, that's respect, man. But no, to kind of as we finish up, man, we just want to kind of give some updates. Like we said, man, we're thankful for Rusty Taco for being a official sponsor of the Pony Hoops Insight podcast. And man, go get you some tacos. I'm telling you, before the game tomorrow, go by Rusty. They got a new menu coming out, and they're ready to serve the SMU community and continue to serve us. Just to put it on your mind, next week, March 1st, SMU will be taking on Stanford in Palo Alto, which was my first road trip game. And we are working. Yep, got the dub. And we'll be looking into hosting a watch party. So stay in tune with us. We'll be putting more information out. Follow us on Instagram at Pony Hoops Insight, and on 3 on the Pony Express to get more information. But we're looking to host a watch party against Stanford and at the happiest hour. But we'll have more information. We just wanted to put it on your mind, put it on your mental to come join us as we watch the Mustangs on the road, and then also spend some time with us, spend some time with the fans and supporters, and just let's bring this whole season together as we go into March. So just quick updates, and we will be having merch come out soon. So stay tuned with that. Pony Hoops Insight is growing, and we're looking to serve the community in many different aspects and ways. So stay tuned with us. Really good spot in the season, tied 4th again in the ACC, and have a big opportunity against Clemson this weekend to jump ahead in the standings and give us a big win going into March. So again, another great episode, fellas. I appreciate you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you for all the work that you do, and let's keep putting this together.
Thank you to all the fans, the supporters, the watchers, the reposters. We love y'all.
Yes, indeed. Let's do it. We'll see y'all Saturday. And we're out.